Hot take from Kotaku. It's okay to lie about men, about defamatory statements such as abuse, sexual violence, etc. It's fine. It's fine. That's no worries at all. That's good. When you point that out, that's bad. That's real bad. This article, and you read from the title, is utter nonsense. Vilifying Amber Heard shows we learn nothing from Gamergate. Kotaku approves of Amber Heard's actions. I wonder how much Amber Heard paid them for this piece of garbage. Excuse me. And it is garbage. I mean, this is a real title. I could not believe it. Vilifying Amber Heard shows we learn nothing from Gamergate. People can't stand imperfect women. Mate, she took a dump on a bed. She lied about being raped with a bottle. But that's what? We're going to go, well, she's not perfect. I know lots of women which are not perfect. They don't do half of this stuff. If that's not perfect to you, we're on another plane of existence. Right? You are not in reality. You are off the reservation. That's madness. To equate this kind of action to simply, well, she's not perfect, so it's fine. Don't call her out on her lies. We can't possibly do that. That's mean. You're going to hurt her fifis. What clown world are we living in here? She's not a perfect victim. Mariska Hargitay says in Law and Order SVU recent headline, say the same about Amber Heard. Heard said as much herself, but which is also really wrong. There is no such thing as a perfect victim. A victim just is. To equate victimhood as something which is either right or wrong in terms of how you can portray something shows that you have an aspiration to be something as a victim. Victims just are. There is no perfect victim. What are you on about? What are you actually on about? Such nonsense. I let Law and Order play on TV while I do other mindless things like scrubbing the floor and scribbling in my journal. Like the other abuse victims I know, I find comfort in a TV show that pretends victims can really win. But hearing Hargitay say those words brought my attention back to our less paradisal reality, where Amber Heard, whose name has been like a neon bar sign at the back of my head for the past 2 months, is still glued to online vitriol. In the same sentence, she's talking about victims and them winning and reality and the fact that, in the real world, victims can't win, and then starts associating Amber Heard in that same sentence. She's been found to be a liar. What are you talking about? Why are you burying your head in the sand? Why are you so vehemently, glued, I guess, to this opinion that she is a victim when all evidence indicates the complete opposite? What is wrong with you? People keep pushing for her to get cut from Aquaman 2. Oh no, we're loading another page. For Aquaman 2, and posting pictures of Johnny Depp wearing a crop top 38 years ago. You can't do anything online without seeing him smiling, seeing unwarranted hate for her. Unwarranted? She shat on a bed and she lied about being abused with a glass bottle. Come on. Like, what metric are we working on here? Where's the barometer for social commentary on stuff like this? What's okay to call people out on? Please, tell me. Because if that's not okay, then I don't want to live on this earth. I mean, it's not okay to lie about your husband abusing you with a glass bottle, for goodness sake. Obviously. But calling someone out on that, you've gone a step too far there. Fuck off. It feels inescapable, and I feel that people hate imperfect women more than they're able to state clearly. She's not an imperfect woman. She's barely a woman. She's an awful human being. We're not talking about the fact that she's a woman. We're talking about the fact that she's a terrible person. We're not associating her as a woman. It's a person. It's her moral fortitude that we question. What is wrong with you? What? Also, we talk about that there is no perfect woman. There just isn't. What are you talking about? Also, if you are the perfect woman, please do email me, mistakesreviews@gmail.com. Anyway. No one remembers what the trial was really about. Yes, we do. Defamatory. But you couldn't escape a single gory detail, not on popular Twitch streams orchestrated by cackling gaming personalities or on TikTok, where Depp worshippers turned Heard's testimony into millions of likes, or Instagram or YouTube. It's everywhere! But contrary to what our information overload would have you believe, this trial wasn't about people on Twitter who they find more personable, or who has been in more nostalgic childhood films, or who looked hotter in the 90s. It was a defamation trial about 3 vague sentences. Yeah, but it wasn't just that. And the thing is that also indicates, because they were found to be defamatory, it was found that Johnny Depp didn't abuse Amber Heard. Thus, she's not a victim. Idiot. She does not mention Johnny Depp in the op-ed, but he sued her for $50 million in damages. Before this trial, Depp tried suing for libel after British tabloid The Sun called him a wife beater, a phrase a UK judge found to be accurate after deeming 12 counts of alleged assault proven. But we've been over this. Come on now. Like, there wasn't much evidence in that case. A lot was thrown out. Like, it's not the same thing. The questionable motives of the judge in terms of his son working for people, etc. It's not cool. It's not cool. But, ladies and gents, Heard lived through Depp's proven abuse. But her name and the abuse victims she represents imperfect because we're crying, because domestic abuse is emotionally knotty, and Heard said she will still love him. Are thrown away. Our stories are scrutinised, denied, because why? Is it about movies again? What? No, idiot. It can't just be about movies. To me, this reaction to Heard's imperfections is a deluge of hate that has always existed. Sometimes it gets buried in the beginning of the Me Too movement. Believing women was more socially acceptable because women banded together. Never mind the fact that everyone already knew Harvey Weinstein was a piece of shit. But then there are darker times in pop culture, like when the world laughed as a broken Britney Spears lashed out at swarming paparazzi with an umbrella, or when Gamergate sneered and drew an ugly line in the sand. Women, especially complex women, aren't welcome here. The fact that you're even suggesting that Amber Heard is a complex woman, you are doing far too much justice to this individual. She's not remotely complex in any way, shape or form. You can see through her nonsense quite easily. That's why basically everyone thinks she's a turd. I mean, it's pretty simple. The fact that you're even you're showing your own IQ being abysmally low here by even suggesting she's a complex woman is utter nonsense. Complex women can't be perfect. Yes, they can. People, including other women, want physical beauty. The virginal porcelain face of Jane Eyre, not the wild-haired Bertha Mason. The man locks her in the attic and somehow she's the crazy one. Or in video games, the pink Princess Peaches, the curvy Lara Crofts. Yeah, because who doesn't like big tits and a big ass and a small waist? What you on about, dipshit? Love that stuff. What's that got to do with anything? But they also demand emotional perfection. No, we just don't demand someone to shit on a bed. Like, you know, you should know where to poop. It's pretty simple. Level-headedness, no conflicting facial expressions like Amber Heard, sobbing 1 second and sober the next. I mean, it's literally been picked apart by body language experts, and they were like, she's psycho. People don't want to see anything that indicates that this woman, pretty as she is really just a human. She makes mistakes. Sometimes she hits back, or she misspeaks. Why are you so apologetic for this individual? What is wrong with you? Well, a woman misspeaks because the situation she described was so painful she wanted to forget it. Because the litigious man with as much power and money as Depp has tried smacking the memory out of her. I want to say the world will come to her aid. We're supposedly post-Gamergate, post-Me Too. I want to believe that we are all now equipped with a basic understanding that abuse is multifaceted, sometimes subtle, always insidious and confusing, but Heard continues to be abused in the court of public opinion, and as a result, other real imperfect victims know for certain that we aren't supported. Not until we get our stories straight or our tears in line. That's why I watch idyllic shows like SVU. It's not real. It probably never will be. But I can't stop myself from hoping. But you're an idiot. Like, you're a straight up idiot. If you're a victim of domestic abuse, I feel genuinely sorry for you. Of course I do. I have compassion for you, absolutely. But to say that now there are victims of domestic violence that don't want to come forward because of this case, I mean, what? There's been an overwhelming uptick in male victims of domestic violence coming forwards now. An overwhelming uptick. And also, most of the people that supported Depp, newsflash, they were women. Victims. You're an idiot. Stop idolising someone who, realistically, just gives you a bad name and hates your guts. Also, ladies and gentlemen, consider checking out my Teespring store. Supporting the channel via this way does go a long way. But also, not only that, you do get to wear some awesome merch. These are one-of-a-kind designs designed for me by my graphic designer. We, of course, have our Clown World line, which is in mugs, hoodies, t-shirts. We've got Space Jeebus. And then for something a little bit different, we, of course, have right down at the bottom right here, we have our Pulsar GTIR. Also, ladies and gentlemen, consider checking out and supporting my second channel, which is Car Nonsense. This is a vlog and car channel. You can find links to this in the description box along with my Teespring. Please do consider supporting.